everyone, and welcome to the Giant Brain Lecture Theatre. I'm Ian McAllister, and I'll be your interviewer tonight. The world of publication and distribution has been fraught with challenges over the last couple of years. The industry has been dealing with the simultaneous challenges of increased demand and horrendous logistics issues across the world. It would seem like a terrible time to set up a new board game company, but that's exactly what Hachette, one of the largest book publishers in the world, did, with Hachette Boardgames UK. Hachette have had a stellar first year, attending conventions across the country, having a huge hit with Acropolis, and getting an exclusive deal with Oink to release their games in the UK. My guest tonight is one of the people behind the success of Hachette Boardgames UK, the general manager, Flavien Loisier. How are you doing, Flavien?
Hi, good. Thank you. Thank you, yourself?
Yeah, I'm pretty well. It's a pleasure to talk to you. We had a little chat at Tabletop Scotland, and it was really nice to talk to you then, and I'm really happy you managed to get some time to come along. I know you're extremely busy this time of year in the run up to Christmas, but yeah, thank you very much for coming on tonight.
No, my pleasure.
So I don't know a huge amount about your background. So how did you come to be involved in the tabletop games industry?
So I've always been a gamer and a proactive one. So been playing for 25 years, something like that. So as a lot of people started with, used to play all the standard games and Catan and Magic and all that. Obviously, I'm French, so was running what is called festival in France. It's like small convention, but really more family friendly in the way that it's financed by local authorities, and you just they give you all the local space you want, or even outside and all that, they do the communication for you as well. Invite the schools, invite the general public, and then you do these gaming weekends where we have all the big geeks like us teaching the games to general public, and that's So that's what we're doing in France. Moved in the UK 8 years ago, and I'm as well a big fan of comics. And when Monolith announced the Batman Gotham City Chronicle.
All right, yeah.
I've reached out to ask if I was going to be able to play it in the UK, if they were coming to conventions and if they were demoing it. And in fact, the answer, like 10 minutes after, has been, we were not planning, but if you're happy to run a booth, now we can. So
okay.
Then that's been my first UKGE as an exhibitor. That was to demo Batman.
Cool.
And from there, I did a tour in the UK. With Batman, and went into different shops, clubs, and all of that. So made a lot of friends in the shop owners, and realized the defaults, the flaws of the UK board gaming market, and understood the potential from here.
Okay. What did you see as the sort of flaws in the UK gaming market?
The limited number of actors in distribution.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as Asmodee are like the distributor, and there's some others. But it's quite monopolized.
And the other thing is so most of the shops put products on the shelves, but products people will come to buy instead of having, and it's quite geeky. So you have what you see first is a Warhammer and Magic.
Yeah.
So there's a barrier to entrance. And so to have those accessible games which can invite anybody to enter a shop, for me, it was a thing missing the most. So that's why I looked for those type of games.
How did you get involved with Hachette then?
Sheer luck. I was
quite often the case.
yeah. So best thing which happened to me has been that I got made redundant during the pandemic, and I knew about. So I was conscious about the potential of distribution. So I was building my business case to start a company, and obviously to distribute games, you need games. So I've reached out to publishers to talk about games I could distribute, and from there, in fact, all the people I've talked to, I didn't realize were owned by Hachette.
Okay.
And after a couple of days, I had a ring back asking me, but would you like to discuss your business case directly with the management, with the head of the branch? And so I've presented my business case, and they offered me to hire me to do my business case in their name.
Cool.
So I'm risking their money rather than mine.
Yeah, I mean, that's always good.
But it's the games I wanted to pick, so I took a bit more on board that I was planning. But I'm running the business the way I want, so that's cool.
Cool. So I don't know a huge amount about Hachette. Can you tell us a little bit more about the wider Hachette company and how they've become involved in the tabletop industry?
Oh, yeah, sure. So Hachette, as you said in the introduction, is a big book publishing company. It's the third biggest in the world, the second in the UK. And they are it's part of an even bigger group with wider activities. And the publishing books and board games, there are similarities in the how the margins work. And so in 2019, Hachette took the strategic decision to invest in the board game. So by external growth, so I was not there yet, but they bought Gigamic, who is one of the big publishers in France and distribution as well. So they have the two skills. And in 2020, bought BlackRock, who's only it's a distribution company in France.
Oh, okay, sure.
But in France and international as well. We've bought as well publishers, studios like Sorry We're French, Scorpion Masqué,
Yep.
or La Boîte de Jeux. So that was external growth, and organic. So created Studio H, Funny Fox, so for internal studio, and distribution businesses like Hachette Board Games US, Hachette Board Games UK, to allow the games to reach a wider audience.
Cool. So there have been a lot of challenges for publishers and distributors over the last few years. Have you found that in Hachette UK? Have you been dealing with issues arising from, obviously we've heard a lot about global shipping over the last couple of years. Brexit has been a major issue, and the ever-increasing demand at the hobby as well. Yeah,
so overall, especially for us as a startup, that was not my trade. So I've discovered everything at once, how to do the import and all that. And the paperwork nightmare of the Brexit is, I mean, it's difficult to stay polite when you talk about it. But
feel free to not stay polite. I'm a massive hater of Brexit. That's fine.
No, but yeah, that's and so I started to import. So now 17 months ago, but the rules were always changing. So every couple of months, you've not put that on the invoice, but no. No, that's okay. That's the rules from 2 weeks ago. So, and at the end, you have. I had some deliveries from France to the UK, taking 2 months.
Wow, that's a lot.
That is a lot, and yes. So no, that's you need a lot of buffer in the volume, in any preparation work. Yeah, but now I think I have the good partners. I understand a bit more what's needed, so I can more or less anticipate everything. So yeah.
Has it helped having the sort of main Hachette company based in France? Has that helped with getting that sort of stuff sorted out?
No, I really run no, because the Hachette, Hachette as a group, what they provide me is so it's finance. I have they do the finance control.
All right. Okay.
But from an operational point of view, yeah, they will help me to be in touch with directly the manufacturer of the games if I need. But no, it's mainly for me Gigamic and BlackRock. And Gigamic has been really, really good, and that was needed because I didn't. I mean, that was the volume from their games is great and a lot more than what we were planning. So that's good to have some support.
So how big is the Hachette Boardgames UK team?
Oh, we are huge. We are 3.
Sorry, I thought you were going to end that with 100. Just 3.
Yeah. So,
wow, okay.
Oh yeah, that's. So I started on my own. Then Richie joined me November, so 1 year ago.
Okay.
And from September, I mean August, but Rory Kelly from sales for the sales, so an Irish guy joined. Joined now 4 months ago. But that's the 3 of us.
Wow.
Yeah, so and running everything, logistics, marketing, finance, accounting, sales, obviously. Yeah.
You're having to wear a lot of different hats then.
Oh, yes. But that's what's fun as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, if we have enough success, I'll be able to grow the company. But that's the beauty of running it as a startup is it's exciting. We can do the way we want, build, and take the time to think about what we need and build it from there. So and when I say 3 with monthly wages from Hachette, but we work with we have about 10 friends doing the demo with us.
Sure.
We 2 friends helping with the publishing side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So when we need to adapt games to to the market, and after some external help, I work with a logistics warehouse. So that's a supplier, obviously, and so it's about 10 people there as well, but they don't work full time for me.
Sure, you sort of get them as needed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, so you were expecting a bigger
10, 20, 30, something like that, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a good sign. So just the three of us, we managed to make enough noise.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been hearing your name ring out across the board game scene and conventions over the last year or so. Because you've only been only been in operation for about a year or so. So this is your first sort of big Christmas coming up. How's the team handling that?
Obviously, we are learning a lot, so need to keep up with the logistics, with having the games in and shipping them straight out quickly enough. So it's a learning. It's a learning phase. There's no, but we're coping. We're coping so far. So far, so good.
Cool. So you had a recent sort of hotness hit, I guess, with Acropolis. So it was very popular. Lots of noise about it. Went up the BGG rankings, all that kind of jazz. What's it like handling sudden spikes in demand like that as a publisher and distributor?
So that's a challenge because you need to anticipate the volume. I mean, it doesn't become a hotness on its own. So we invested a lot ahead, presenting it to enough people 6 months ahead of time, a bit everywhere, sending it to the jury for the UKG award, all those type of things. So allowing it to have some talk about, and from there, you obviously need to help the shops to have the volume they need. So sometimes you cannot deliver everything. So I was sold out in 3 weeks. So that's so you need to order enough, but I needed to place the order before the first turn. So obviously you don't want to overcommit as well. Sure. So that's and as a young company, when you don't have the experience of what can be volumes of this type of hotness, is super difficult. But interesting as well. And we received all the new palettes today, so they will be able to be shipped to the shops end of this week, beginning next one.
When you get a game like Acropolis, do you sort of know it's a hit? Is it a gut instinct? Is it a guess? What sort of makes you sort of push a title in that way?
So the publisher preparation has a big impact. Here in this for Acropolis, they sent me a pre-production prototype 7 months before the release. So I had the time to play it with different shop owners.
Mm-hmm.
So some more feedback. And when you have a 100% hit rate with everybody you play with, mm-hmm. boom, you know that's that's one. So I sign only games I really love, and I really believe in. I wouldn't sign them if I didn't want to. I mean, I decline a lot of games, and I sign the games I love. But when I have this all those positive reactions everywhere from shops, then you can invest a bit more as well.
How much of your job is sort of assessing games for publication? And I don't know, sort of percentage wise, and how many games do you sort of see over the course of the last year or so? Like, sort of what percentage of those do you sign?
It's it's per waves in quarters usually, and I think I've received 30 games per quarter.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and the people have seen the way we work, and I had a lot of people reaching out to send me games and to ask to work with us. So that made that increased a bit the volume. Sometimes you from the game description, just by reading the rules, that's not a game you will want to carry.
Sure.
But and sometimes you will play 3-4 times, and no, you don't believe in it enough to that's but and in terms of time, that's a difficult one because that's where it's a beauty to mix a hobby and work, because I play for work, but I play during my weekends and in the evenings. So it's difficult to know how much I spend playing Wars. Honestly,
quite a lot.
yeah. I mean, I've always played on a daily basis and every weekend. So no, cannot say sorry.
That's all right. So, I mean, one of the big wins you've had recently was hooking up with Oink Games, a Japanese publisher famed for their tiny games. They've always been quite difficult to get over in the UK. So what do you think those games are going to bring to Hachette? And do you have any dream publishers you'd like to work with?
So, first question for Oink. So they have the value of having small boxes and those condensed experience. So with this really surprising streamlined gaming experience, so that was key and push the value of avoiding overproduction. So for me, Oink was absolutely perfect, and Toby, who's representing Oink in Europe, in fact, was following us, so knew how we were working. And when I reached out, it's been I've explained him how I wanted to work with his titles, and that's been an easy discussion, let's say. When you share values and all that, that was perfect. And regarding the dream publisher, I have one, but I will not talk about it because I've managed to start discussing with him.
Oh, okay then.
So that's I'll keep it for myself.
How soon will we be seeing Oink Games on the shelves of most sort of board game shops? Because I mean, for a long time they've been. I've only really seen Oink Games available at the occasional convention, like big ones like UK Games Expo. So they're going to be available more.
Oh yeah. I've started delivering them yesterday. They're still scouts. Is a bit delayed. It will arrive in a maximum couple of days. But they will be fully available in every shop. We had I think 80 different shops ordering them.
Great.
So, that's exciting.
Yeah, I've played a good few of their games. I really like their designs. They've always been a little expensive in the UK, so it'd be nice to see them a bit more widely available and see more.
Yeah, so price point will not change, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean that's the value of having.
They're still great.
No, and to have those compact games, you need to pay someone to punch them. Everything come pre-punch and all that. You don't have the punch board, so
true. Yeah.
No, it's detailed, but it costs them a lot. So at the end,
of course,
there's not a lot you can scrap.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, it'll be good to see them more widely available. They're great Wii games, and yeah, fantastic to see them a bit more widely distributed. So, Scout was obviously a recent Spiel des Jahres winner. Nominee. Sorry, not the winner. Yes, apologies. Yeah, nominee. What weight do you think awards like the Spiel des Jahres has on like what you as a publisher do?
Oh, it's massive. Yeah, as soon as if you have a Spiel, the standard number. I don't know if it's still the case, but 5 years ago, you were talking about 500,000 copies.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow. just if it won the Spiel des Jahres, that was it.
Yes.
Sell 500,000 copies. Just it would.
Yeah.
Wow.
So but on the other hand, since you kind of flew the market at once and all the shops. It's mainly in Germany where they will put that everywhere. Sometimes you can have the value decrease really quickly if those big chain don't sell them all within the 2 months. They will start to put sales, to do sales on them. So
fair enough.
But yeah, no, and even. So being in the nominees obviously helps a lot. It's a great job deal. But the Last Door, so the French, in France, it has a big impact. So I would love to have this, meaningful award like that in the UK.
Yeah, we don't really have the equivalent in the UK as yet. There's like convention awards and that kind of thing. But
UKG award. But the fact that and the jury award at UKG has really a good principle, but they don't communicate about the name of the people in the jury. Yeah. While in France or in Germany, there are no. So you can rely on professional faces. So you have journalists, you have shop owners, and people like that. And in the jury for UKG, it's as well those type of people, but they keep them secret. So that's a bit. I hope that will evolve.
Yeah, it'd be good to see that evolve and become a bit more general award as well.
Yeah, indeed.
I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the sort of French game design scene because I don't really know a huge amount about it. I mean, for a long time when critics talked about game design, we split analysis into basically two schools, Eurogames and Ameritrash. Eurogames tended to mean German-style design, like starting with Catan, Agricola, things like that. And Ameritrash, well, the clue was in the name, is big brash design, quite high random factors, lots of thematic elements in there. Do you think France has got its own school of design, and how would you characterize it?
So in your German description, you forgot brown, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be mean, but that's fair. Lots of bored men looking off into the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that on the covers of some German games. Yes, that's true. And very bad, yes.
Yeah. And in France, so I think it started really early 2000s. They managed to, so first the designers managed to blend theme and mechanics. Mm-hmm. So like, and not afraid of trying silly things like a bit of take that in the middle, like with Citadel.
Yeah.
Citadel is a brood of feudity. It's you have this chaos in the middle of resource management, building a game, and you have there are a bit more than 100 publishers in France.
Oh wow! I didn't realize there's not many.
Yeah, and a lot of them have a really strong. They brought on the market a strong art direction. So when I don't know if you were gaming at the time, but when Seven Wonders hit the market, so you had this super new mechanic of drafting, played 7 players in 30 minutes.
Yeah,
and at the same time, the art was awesome. There's so many details on the board. So, or when the abyss with those monsters on the box, or even French artists like Vincent Dutré or Oltré. So I was super happy to sign that, obviously.
Yeah, I really want to try that one. I haven't had a chance to play it, but it sounds very interesting.
Yeah. And that one is more a mix again of so it's resource management, but it's based on an RPG. So you have a very strong story-driven way to play.
Sure.
So yeah, you have this blend, and obviously to have big success stories like again Spiel des Jahres with when for Seven Wonders won. There's Hanabi.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's I mean, and it's the same designer.
Yeah.
Than Seven Wonders. So
I'd forgotten about Hanabi. I did used to own that.
Oh yeah, no, it's and the learning curve is can be a bit daunting, but it's an amazing game.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, you have this mix of both, theme mechanics with a bit of chaos and the art. And in the pure Euro experience, I don't know if you remember when Agricola came. Few months before, it was Keyless. So pure worker placement, but one had this mean interaction where, I mean, it's worker placement with a strong interaction with Keyless, while Agricola was more peaceful.
Yeah, I've never played Keyless. I've heard horror stories about its meanness.
Yeah, it's still one of my favorite games.
Yeah, it's one of those games. I feel like I need to play as a critic at some point because it was so influential. I mean, Agricola was the big sort of thing that brought worker placement to the masses, but Keyless was like just a step or two before it in terms of the actual mechanics. So
yeah,
it's definitely one of those ones I need to try at some point.
Yeah, no, it's worth it. It's really worth it. The plate, I'd say 3-player.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try and get that played at the next convention if there's a board game library within it.
Nice.
Get out. So you let me know recently that there's a union of sorts in France for game designers and publishers. How does that work?
So there are plenty. In fact, so they decided it was 3 years. 4 years ago now. So to be able to discuss and negotiate with the other part of the industry. So all the publishers decided to join together, like in a. It's not a. Yeah, I guess the translation will be a union. So basically, it's a gathering where they put a bit of money on the table all together to pay someone to organize things together, discussion and all that, and to have a president representing all the publishers to negotiate with the government or with public services. So that's for the publishers. The game designers have their own organization created about the same time. And so the added value they had, they created a standardized contract with a lawyer for any author to be able to have a list of things they need to be careful about, and have a standard contract to offer in fact that was worked as well with the publishers. So it's something which has been worked together. The board game shops, all the FLGS. So their main achievement is on a yearly basis. They do like Christmas selection catalog. They print and it's available in any of their shops. So I think that it's 200 shops together, and they review games together along the year, and they select them. So that's and the artists started something last year, but I don't know what is their drive. And I think there's another. Oh, and the Board Game Cafe.
All right.
They are together. So to have, obviously all the cafes don't sell games always, but they will share their experience about how to negotiate a food contract or the menu, and to organize tournaments. So they will launch games. They will organize directly this lobby. We can call it a lobby, I guess. They will organize a game launch with the publishers directly in 50 cafes at a time.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty successful. That would be good to have that here as well. I mean, for me as a distributor, if I could be able to organize something with 50 cafes at a time, I would save time.
Yeah, rather than having to to talk to 50 individual shops, you can talk to one organization that talks to their members. Yeah, I definitely see the benefits in that.
And for them, it's easier as well to organize and to have a better value for their time. They know they receive the package and everything is lined up. And they are all at the same level, so they know they have a top-notch package to launch the games, demo copies, and all that. So.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll see something like that in the next year or two. I hope so.
Yeah. In fact, I've not done it, but next year I would like to offer the Board Game Cafe to do a corridor tournament.
Yeah.
Like a championship along the year, and do a final at the end of the year.
That'd be great.
That could be fun, I think. Yeah,
great little game corridor. Love
it. Awesome. Yeah.
So you've sort of just celebrated your first year in operation. What do you see as the next steps for the company in the next year and beyond?
So first, obviously, continue to grow the games with the shops. So obviously, I've signed games I love, but now they need to be in the shops as well. So continue to grow with that. So it means access bigger chains. So we had a corridor started at Waterstones this weekend.
Great.
So continue on that. I mean, that should allow bigger numbers, obviously, and easier marketing as well. If the game is more present, I can do a bit more push on it. Continue to guarantee to all the local game shops. Then, if I put a game on the market, there's a reason for it, and there's a value to stock it, and they can. I can guide them to say, okay, if you have that in your shop, you can sell it to this profile of family of gamer, and you will have an instant hit, and they will come back to you. So it's this type of added value I want to bring and build, and have all those guys trusting us and coming back to us, which has started. We have a lot of shops coming back really on a regular basis, but obviously, I need to have enough titles for them to come back even more often.
Sure. Do you find it's hard to get local game stores to take product? Because there's been a lot of stories over the last couple of years about how many board games are coming out every year. It's thousands now, 3,000, 4,000 titles a year. Do you find it's hard to sort of cut through the noise a little bit with what you're selling?
Yes. Yeah. To be transparent, yes. You really need to explain why this specific game is has a value and is not just one more off, if it makes sense. So it needs effort, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
And at the end, most of them will be in if they are in 100 different shops, that's they get traction and visibility. And where I'm quite happy, most of the shops who order the titles are coming back to order the same and a bit more. So yeah.
I know you've got an interest in, like we talked about at the start of this chat. You've got an interest in sort of opening up the gaming hobby to a wider audience, not just nerds like myself.
Or myself.
I know. Well, nerds is like myself as well. But how do you go about doing that? Do you engage with like game clubs and that kind of thing as well?
So yeah, that's one of the strong focus we will have. I don't know if you've seen, but we developed a pedagogical support for schools to use games in schools with to follow the curriculum and explain. So it's developed with teachers and adapted to the English curriculum. And so obviously work with schools and family game clubs. In fact, it's how I've met some friends as well in the industry. And if we could have more of those type of clubs, that would be awesome. And if the shops were organizing them, that would be even better.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fantastic effort.
And but all that, those pedagogical support and all that, it takes time.
Yeah.
And so I need to commit more energy to that beginning of the year. And we have a strategy for that. We have the base support, but now we need to put them in a nice way. So, yeah.
One more question before I let you go, Flavien. Your social media account asked me to ask this. What is the correct way to store cheese?
Oh, that's a key one. No, if you buy cheese, it's because you like it. You like the taste of it. And if you put it in your fridge, it kills the taste. So just put it in a Tupperware aside from your fridge, couple of days before you want to eat it and start to bite into it.
Oh, so you bring it back to room temperature? Is that?
Yeah, room temperature, but a couple of days to have it advanced enough to have the full taste of it.
Okay. There you go.
That was important.
Yeah, board game news, distribution, publishing, and the correct way to store cheese. A man of many talents. Well, I think we'll just wrap up there, Flavien. Thank you so much for coming along tonight. Really appreciate you coming along and chatting to me. It's been a fascinating chat. You're
thank you.
Comer on the scene, and I'll hopefully see a couple of conventions over the next year or so.
Yeah, we'll do it. And your reaction on the size of the company has been awesome. It was a blessing.
Where can people find Hachette online? Where's the best place to
so we have a really active Instagram account, Facebook as well. So if you want to have a laugh at us, you can join and follow us there. Or the website has all the game descriptions and everything you will want to know about the games.
Brill. I'll put links to all that in the show notes, folks. And as always, you can find us at giantbrain.co.uk, and you can get in touch with us on Twitter, for the moment at least, Facebook, Instagram, and you can come to our Discord. There'll be an invite in the show notes. Thank you very much to Flavien for coming along tonight, and thank you very much for listening, folks.
Thank you, Ian.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye.